All right, TikTok, I'm pretty fired up right now, so I'm going to go ahead and ask, does anybody on this app know the story of Bella Hadid, like the model Bella Hadid? Buckle up because it's going to get bumpy. Our story actually begins here in 1947. You had a boat of Jewish refugees, obviously post-World War II, leaving Germany with this sign, arriving in Palestine. The Germans destroyed our families and homes. Don't destroy our hopes. Please let us settle here and live amongst you peacefully. Totally understandable given how horrific World War II was. This woman, you're probably going, oh my gosh, that kind of looks like Bella Hadid. Yeah, well, that's her grandmother, and she was living in Palestine at the time, always, because quite literally Bella Hadid's family, this woman is her grandmother, her name is Kyra, had lived in Palestine for thousands of years, literally thousands of years. You can trace their lineage. They're actually descendants of royalty. Very clear records on this. Anyways, Kyra, who really does look suspiciously like Bella Hadid, allowed a Jewish family to move into their home. And it was like happily ever after for two years. You see, 2 years later, Kyra had a baby. Let's call that baby, for accuracy, Mohammed Hadid, who is Bella Hadid's father. And one day they went out, they were doing some errands, and when they returned to their home, Kyra, with her infant in her hand, discovered the doors were completely locked, and the refugees who they had taken in and had been taken care of for 2 years had locked them out and told them to leave or else they would be killed. The military was going to come and murder them if they tried to get back into their homes. And because I'm super fired up and I want to be incredibly accurate here, Mohammed Hadid was just 9 days old. In his mother's arms, Kyra returned to her home to discover that the gates had been locked, and she was told, if you try to get back in, you will be killed. So moms, just imagine your state of things 9 days postpartum. This actually went down. They became refugees that day. No money for your belongings. Don't care if you lived here thousands of years. It's post-war. Some lines have been redrawn, and this is no longer your home. No check, nothing. Get out. Now let's fast forward to 2024 because you're probably going, Candace, why are you telling me this? So Kyra's descendants crushed it. We all know how this story ends. This is a riches to refugees to riches story. They are top models. The dad's a big real estate mogul, blah, blah, blah. Did all of this despite just having the clothes on their back and having been kicked out of his home when he was just 9 days old. Congratulations to the Hadid family. And you could say Israel crushed it too, because they became a country and we could all just let bygones be bygones. Except that's not what Israel is doing on Instagram at all. And this is why I am pretty upset. Hey, I'm up here next to the verified Israel account on X. This is actually the government of Israel tweeting. They tweeted this. Adidas recently launched a campaign for their shoes to highlight the 1972 Munich Olympics. 11 Israelis were murdered by Palestinian terrorists during the Munich Olympics. Guess who the face of their campaign is? Bella Hadid, a half-Palestinian model who has a history of spreading anti-Semitism and calling for violence against Israelis and Jews. She and her father frequently promote blood libels and anti-Semitic conspiracies against Jews. Adidas, any comment? Ooh, pick me. I have a comment. Parking aside the mother effing audacity, which personally I almost respect. Now, it is a well-established and documented internet fact that Bella Hadid loves her some vintage Adidas. This is just a part of her closet, a part of her wardrobe. She is, in fact, an Adidas stan. So much so that in 2022, Glamour published this article. Bella Hadid is the ultimate Adidas sneaker stan. Like this little headline, homegirl's gonna get it. Parking aside the horrific use of colloquialisms in any journalistic endeavor, the journalist goes on to write here, Hadid keeps her shoe game simple. When she doesn't ground her look with some type of boot, she's usually wearing Adidas sneakers. Again, a well-known, established internet fact. It is also a well-known fact that Bella Hadid has modeled for Adidas for quite some time. I don't even like Adidas. I don't even know Bella Hadid. I just follow the facts. And here's where I'm going to get upset. So this is an article that was published in Vogue very recently. It tells you all about the sneaker that Israel's upset about. The Originals That's Adidas Originals SL72 sneaker. And it tells you that it has a fascinating history, that they began developing the sneaker in the early 70s as a running and jogging began to gain momentum. Okay, so Adidas makes sneakers. They are making them for runners. It goes on to read, in 1972, the Adidas Originals introduced the SL72. Soon after, the track and field derived shoe trickled into the closets worldwide and became a staple. This is the sentence where I want you to pay attention to. Pay really close attention to the next one. Adidas Originals re-released the sneaker for its 50th anniversary in 2022 and in 2023. The brand collaborated with London designer Wales Bonner. Oh, okay, so this shoe was re-released 2022, 2023, and nobody cared until Bella Hadid put the sneaker on. So just to slow this down for you, Bella Hadid put on a sneaker that was relaunched, because that's what Adidas does through their Originals campaigns. They go back and they find sneakers that are vintage and they re-release them. This one was re-released 2 years ago, but because this woman, who happens to be half Palestinian, put it on, the media came after her, trying to get her canceled. Backlash, rah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, she's anti-Semitic, blah, blah, blah. She hates Jews. Take the sneakers off. Backlash, backlash, me. My feelings are hurt. Sneakers hurt my feelings. And unbelievably, because corporations have absolutely no backbone, Adidas went ahead and issued an apology. An apology for what? Well, nothing. They said, we didn't really do anything, but we recognize that people are upset, so we're just going to edit the campaign that we've had going on for 2 years, but because we used a half Palestinian young woman, and all these publications are upset, we'll just go ahead and say sorry. We're sorry for whoever is offended by the model's ethnicity, 50% ethnicity. And that's the end of the story, ladies and gentlemen. And for those of us who have rational brains and don't get our information from headlines, what actually happened is that a young half Palestinian model whose family survived what they had been through in the past and who have the audacity to speak out about their family history are being consistently harassed for entirely no reason. This campaign was not launched to commemorate the Olympics. This campaign was not launched and spoken about in terms of anything that happened to Israelis. They simply brought back a shoe that happened to be released in 1972 Olympics. That's it. And the people who are harassing her are pretending that they were the ones who were assaulted. So quite literally, they hit Bella because of her ethnicity, and they're pretending that they were hit because of theirs. It's incredible. You just got to love society. You got to absolutely love the power of the mainstream media. I don't know. Something's wrong with me. I don't care. And when I see something like this, again, not a particular fan of Bella Hadid, Gigi Hadid, but I just cannot stand liars and the audacity that liars had to think that because they're crying, the entire world has to buckle and get on their knees and serve them. Hope you guys enjoyed my first TikTok story.